Okay, welcome back to 166. Today I'm going to discuss how to go online with the PLCs. First piece of this, got to go into the VM software. I sent a couple of links to you guys so you could load these components to your computers. Hopefully that worked. Go here. I got to enter the same password I would for any other solution. So. For me, I think you guys will have a few more remote things. I just have two. I got staff remote and electronics lab. I'm going to click on electronics lab. I'm opening a computer on campus right now. Okay, so we open up the computer remotely. Next piece of this is we need to go to the software. As you can see here, I have it loaded here. If you don't find it there, it's always available here under Rockwell. So I went into Rockwell Rockwell software. So you'll find it here as well. You don't find it in there, so I have it down here, but you can find it there as well. So we're opening up the Rockwell software now. Software is open now. First thing we have to do is go File, New, create a new file. So for us, we have the 1769 L16 BB1B. Call this test 1, I guess. There's no expansion modules on these, so I'll put 0 for expansion modules. Hit the OK for this. So we're all configured and ready to create a new file. At this point, I could create new tags and all that, or I'm going to just go through the process of actually going active. And okay, RS links. I didn't get into too much detail on that, and we didn't discuss it a whole lot in class, so I thought better take a minute to review that as well. So when we go to communications, for instance, and we don't see the driver we're looking for, let's see here, we go to Who Active, and for instance, I don't see the USB here. Well, I'm not plugged into the USB, so it's not going to find it for me. So I go ahead and close this, and at the very bottom of the screen, you'll see something called RS links. Every time I go to communications, every time I open communications, go Who Active, it brings this into the picture. It runs this in the background. So we go ahead and click on this, bring this up. Because at this point, we can go here, go to configuration, see if we have a USB. Come in here, we find the USB configuration, USB driver, add new, I don't know all that business, and then it's not gonna let me do it because I'm not plugged in. But anyways, at this point, if I had a USB port plugged in, when I went to this location here, it would go out, find it, and show up here. Once we do that, we can go ahead and close all this out. We go back to communications, who active, and we'll find that USB port here. Okay, that's how that works. That was interesting. You may have saw it for a brief second, but there was a thing called USB. We can't plug into these Ethernet because college won't let me. So we had to plug all the computers into the PLCs using USB. Let me see. We'll go through this process as well, just in case you run into the same problem. USB driver. There she is right there. Okay. So communications, who active? USB is back again. There we go. At this point now I can download to it. This is probably a good thing. Obviously you guys may be running into the same thing now. I went through and set all these up once, but apparently you may have to do it again. So now, as you can see here, we are remote run. Run mode is okay, controller is okay, I/O is okay, so we're all good. Everything is all good there. It is at this time I could go, I could start creating some tags. Remember a series of tags we created, binary, for instance. Display it in Boolean. Let's do this. Display this in style and binary. Create and open new, or create and keep open. Let's see what else we create. We create integer. Double integer. Timer. Remember, be a timer has to have the data style timer. Well, I'm at it. I might as well make a dozen of them or so. Counter. Again, like the timer, if we don't put a value of counter here, it's not really a counter. That's how I do it. Let's go back into here. Now remember, we want to edit these tags. We have to do what? We have to go offline. So say I wanted to go to, I've got 10 timers. I wanted to change this to 10 integers. This guy to 10 double integers. And let's say I wanted to make more than one Boolean bit. So if I put 1 in there, it's going to switch it to what? A 32. Just hit enter here and it makes it a 32. So I've got all my tags created. It is at this time I go into the ladder logic here, ladder program. And now I can create some tags, or create some logic here, excuse me. Because we're not going to be able to use the remote boxes and stuff from home, we'll have to use a lot of internals. We can still turn on outputs and stuff and use inputs and outputs. We're just not going to be able to visualize them as we would in the classroom. So here we're going to go, I want to grab an output, for instance, here. I already established communication, so now all I got to do is just go over there for download. And so now if I turn on this guy here, my output's going to turn on. So that's the whole process. I didn't even expect to have to include the going online bit, but that's the whole process. So when we are done, what we want to do, one of the things we may run into, guys, is if we leave our information on the PLCs, that information be available for other people to use. Now, what I really like to have everyone do is clear the PLC before they walk away from it. What does that mean? That means I want to basically make sure that when somebody else logs into that same computer online, they get a clean PLC. So it's as long as we're downloading every time, it shouldn't be a problem. But this is just one more piece of it. So we can just go in here, we can delete our runs. We go. I'm going to just take this thing offline for a second. And then we could, I think I've got, yeah, that'll work. Just wipe out the PLC ladder program. That's fine. There's some tags and stuff in there. That'll be fine. So then we just go ahead and download that. And we can validate it as clear when we go back online. We turn run mode. We can see the PLC program is gone. So now we're not going to be or the information or the programming that you're doing isn't providing other people solutions. You know, I mean, it's here we're looking for individual effort and whatnot. I don't want to see multiple of the same program from multiple students. So that's what I'm looking for here. So. And then they just go offline, just like we normally would. We go offline. File, close. You can save it or not. It's up to you. Because the thing you're going to run into, I think, is the chances that you're going to log into the same PC, PLC combination every time. It's pretty small. I think what they do is they just randomize the selections. There's 9 PLCs to attach to, 9 computers attached to. So you're going to see every time you go online, you're going to see a different PC operation. Again, remember, one of the points I'll be reminding you guys often is there's 9 of them. I believe we have 11 students left in the class, so 9 of them. So you do the math. If everybody's on a PLC or trying to get on a PLC at 11:59 on a Sunday night, it's not going to happen. I would definitely take some time before the end of the week to get in there and get each week's lab work done. I realize we only have 2 weeks left, and this stuff accommodates the 3 labs, and so it's not a truckload of time, but it will be required. So when we come in here, we close this out. So then we're all set here, and then at that point, we come in here and we can close this out. This is the link that we're remotely attached to. And we, at this point, can close this out. And that is the procedure. So we'll be record. then we'll be talking to you guys soon. Okay, here we are. Stop.